Good afternoon, and welcome to the third annual induction ceremony into the still very new Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame. I'm Jack Larzalier here with you again today. Also, the producer, director, architect, engineer, custodian. He does everything. Mr. Dale Leach. Dale? He also was the sole architect and creator of our website. How about a quick show of hands of people who have visited that website? Anybody? A couple? Okay. We also have commandeered a wall at the high school where another display of duplicates of these plaques are hanging for all time, I guess. How many have seen that display at the high school? A few? Okay, well, I would urge you to take 15, 20 minutes someday and go visit the website. It's very well done. I think you'll like it. And also, take another 15 minutes the same day or another day and go look at the wall display at the high school. It's also very well done, thanks to Principal Terry Meckel. I'd like to acknowledge our donors and advertisers. Of course, USD 239, who picks up the tab for the plaques. Bennington State Bank, Mike Berkeley, chairman. I don't know if Mike's here today. Guess not. The Mill Street Inn, Cliff and Betty Johns, owners, and Martin Electric in Glasgow. Okay. Something else I wanted to add, but I can't think of it right now. So let's get on with it. Our first inductee is the Minneapolis High School basketball team of 1959. Dale, go ahead.
Class of 2017 is the 1959 MHS boys basketball team. This team steamrolled 25 straight opponents, which landed them in the Class B state championship game in Emporia against Natoma, the defending state champion, who happened to be riding a 51-game winning streak. MHS built a 13-point lead at halftime, but let their advantage slip away as Natoma stormed back to force overtime and prevailed over the Lions by the final score of 57-56. Playing in the North Central Kansas League, which consisted primarily of Class A schools, these Lions set a 25-1 season record, which is still the best in school history. Their home games were played in front of larger than capacity crowds in this very gymnasium which we're using for this induction ceremony today. They successfully defended the previous season's NCKL League Championship, which became the last MHS Boys Basketball League Championship until 1996-97. They were the first MHS basketball team to play in a state basketball tournament. Their second place finish has been matched but not exceeded by 5 other boys and girls basketball teams, all coming more than 40 years later. The team was led by a 6'6" Twin Towers, senior John Matt and sophomore Dick Scher. In guards, senior Tom McCain, junior Eldon Smith, and senior Tony Shanahan, all who were 5'9". John Matt, a 2015 Sports Hall of Fame inductee, was named first team All-State and was joined by Tom McCain on the all-tournament first team. Other team members were Ernie Hikus, Keith Funk, Dave Hikus, Larry Dallin, and Larry Ziegler. John Matt, Tom McCain, and Dick Scher all went on to play at the collegiate level. Their head coach was Gerald Shoemaker, a 2016 Sports Hall of Fame inductee. Of the 7 boys teams in MHS basketball history who have played in all 3 games of state tournaments, the 1959 squad has recorded the highest total tournament field goal percentage of 51.6%. They also own the highest field goal percentage for individual state tournament games, hitting 66.7% in games against both Matoma and Plains.
Okay, here today to accept the induction of Outstanding Team. I think the only remaining starter still with us. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's correct. Commander Eldon Smith, United States Navy, retired.
Thank the voters for putting this team in the Hall of Fame. We put a lot of rubber burning on this particular court. I would like to acknowledge the guys that are with us today. John Matt, Tom McCain, got his brother sitting back here, Larry Dallin, and Dick Scher, the meat of the team. We miss him. Ernie was a very valuable member of that team too. He gave me some rest most of the time. But thanks again for acknowledging that team. And thank you for the participation and watching us during that period. There are some of you in here that are old enough to have watched that team. Thank you.
Our next inductee is a young man that I think has been here virtually all his life. And after a distinguished career with the Kansas Highway Patrol, Mr. Dennis Gassman.
Second inductee into the Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2017, is Dennis Gassman, football, MHS class of 1973. Dennis was the leading rusher of the undefeated MHS 1972 football team that opened the season with a 9-0 record and were champions of the Northern Kansas League, before losing a heartbreaker in the state playoffs to Valley Falls. As a senior, Dennis rushed for 846 yards and had 1,300 yards in his career while scoring 12 TDs and averaging 7 yards a carry. As a defensive back, Dennis had 3 interceptions in the 1972 season. Dennis also played basketball and ran track, where he had a PR in the 100-yard dash of 10.3 seconds. After earning a master's degree from Fort Hays State, he spent 29 years in the Kansas Highway Patrol, retiring with the rank of captain in January of 2014. When he applied to the KHP, there were 1,100 applicants, and only 21 made the cut, less than 2% of the total. Dennis spent many years as a drug dog handler, training his canines, which he later took on numerous drug raids. He was also an expert marksman, being the designated shooter on the KHP recon team. Dennis was the director of training for the Kansas Highway Patrol Center for 9 years prior to his retirement. Through his KHP career, Dennis stayed in touch with sports. He competed in the Kansas Senior Olympics, and 39 years after his high school career, on September 23, 2012, he was blocked at 12.7 seconds in the 100-meter dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Gassman. One of these has your name on.
I'd like to thank the nominating committee. This is something I really didn't expect. And I know there's a couple of people here that played on that team. Curtis Crossan, he's over there, played center for us. Rick Comfort over here played a defensive back, defensive safety. And so it's nice that they're here to join us today too. And that was a special time, like the basketball team. That football team was special. It was full of great individuals. We had a good time, and it was fun to be part of. And the community was really excited about it. And I think there was times that we had more people at the away games than the home team had, and so that was special. Once again, I'd like to thank Jack and the committee. I'd like to thank my family for being here and sharing this day with me. And once again, just thank you.
You look like you pumped a little iron in your day. Okay. Our next inductee is Martin Crossan.
Our third inductee into the Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2017, is Martin Crossan for basketball and track, in the MHS class of 1979. Martin was a 6'3" scoring and rebounding machine on the hardwoods. He poured in 1,218 points and grabbed 612 rebounds in his career, for a double-double average of 24.5 points and 12.2 rebounds per game. Martin notched 3 40-point games and shot 60% from the field. He is fourth on the MHS career list for both scoring and rebounding. Martin was named first team All-League 3 times and was named to the first team All-Area All Classes in 1979. That year he was chosen to play in the Kansas East-West All-Star game. Yet there are some who thought the track and field was his best sport. He still is the MHS school record holder in both the 110-meter hurdles at 14.2 seconds and the 300-meter hurdles at 39.0 seconds. He was the Class 4A state champ in the 110 meters in 1979 with this 14.2 time. He also high jumped 6'5" and quarterbacked the MHS football team. It would appear that he could possibly have been a natural from the grueling two-day 10-event decathlon if he had focused on it. Martin was named the MHS Boys Outstanding Crafter his sophomore through senior years. He was also named the MHS Outstanding Athlete his senior year. Martin went on to play basketball collegiately for the Hutchinson Junior College Blue Dragons. Martin passed away very suddenly in 2009.
I was really hoping that Missy Crossan, Martin's bride, could be here. And she wanted to, but ran into the scheduling conflict, so all the way from Nashville, and she didn't make it. So I will, I guess I should ask, is there any member of the Crossan family here? Okay.
This was kind of sudden. We happened to be in town, and Tyler let us know that this was going on, so we came up here. Anybody that watched Martin play sports, any sport, he was just a joy to watch. I mean, just a natural, gifted athlete, and his success led on to him being successful in his career as well. So on behalf of the family, we do want to thank the Hall of Fame committee, and I know Missy will cherish this forever. Thank you.
And I also want to mention, I think us younger guys don't appreciate the points that he tallied up. He always reminded me, he was always proud of what our groups did, but he always reminded me that there was no three-point line to gain all those points like our group was able to do. So again, thank you on behalf of the family. And
did you have that golf tournament that you usually have each year?
it's going to be in July.
Oh, in July.
18th.
Okay. Well, sorry that Missy couldn't make it, but I assume she'll be here then. Our next inductee is a longtime athlete and coach at our school and has an unbelievable record as a volleyball coach. Julie McCulloch.
Our fourth inductee into the Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame class of 2017 is Julie McCulloch as a volleyball coach from the MHS class of 1982. Julie, an outstanding volleyball player at MHS, has made her mark as an amazing volleyball coach at her alma mater. As a volleyball player, she was named All-League twice, as MHS won back-to-back league titles and the 1980 Class 3A state championship. In her high school career, she recorded 143 service points, 95%, and 314 spiking points, 86%. She also played basketball, along with being a track and field athlete. As a volleyball coach, Julie just finished her 25th season at MHS with 503 career wins versus 325 losses for a .608 winning percentage. 500 wins in any sport is fantastic. Her teams have won 9 league titles. 4 of her teams have qualified for state and have brought home 2 each third place finishes. Julie is just the 6th head coach in the 41-year history of the MHS volleyball program. To date, Julie is second only to 2016 Hall of Fame inductee Jeff Giles as the longest tenured coach in the history of sport at MHS. Julie is a graduate of Kansas State and teaches English at MHS in and around her coaching duties. She is the mother of former MHS athletic standouts Hailey and Keegan and current student athlete Katie McCullough. Following are video clips of when Julie was recognized for her career wins accomplishment in January of 2016, followed by excerpts from the 2003 volleyball squad's third place finish at the Class 3A state tournament.
I would like to recognize an outstanding coaching accomplishment this evening. On October 4th, 2016, Coach Julie McCoy posted her 500th career victory. This breaks out to an incredible 20 wins per season on average. Along the way, he included 9 NCAA league titles, 4 trips to the state tournament, and 2 third-place finishes in 1995 and 2003. After tonight's game, all current and former players, fans, and parents are invited to a cake reception in the cafeteria to honor this great accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Julie McCullough.
Volleyball, your MHS Lions are going to take on the Silver Lake Eagles. First match of the day. On the far court, we've got Conway Springs Cardinals taking on the ladies from Lakin. Getting ready to start. This crowd is up. Kylie bumps. Steph sets. Lindsay hits. Conway picks it up. There's Lindsay with a pick. That ball's out. At the bus, the Hunting Lions are your third place finishers.
In third place, award goes to Minneapolis High School. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Julie McCullough.
All right, I want to thank the committee and Mr. Leach and Mr. Larslier for this great honor. I don't feel like I deserve it. I was shocked, but I guess when you've coached as long as I have and you get a few wins under your belt, you get recognized, so I appreciate that so much. When I was a player back in the day, I was so fortunate to be surrounded by great athletes, and I had great coaches, and so we found success. And Sue Todd, Gina Dick Todd's daughter, was one of my teammates back in the day when we won the state tournament in 1980, and I had other great athletes around me too. As a coach, the same formula makes for success. I've coached wonderful girls throughout the years, and I've had wonderful assistant coaches, and so we found success along the way. It's good to see some of my girls here. Jessica, I wasn't even thinking about mentioning Jessica until she walked in. I thought, I had this memory of, we played, during Jessica's years, we played some great teams. And one match in particular, one of my greatest memories in particular, was playing Clay Center at home. Clay Center had 3 girls 6 foot or better, and I just needed that little girl in the back row, and it didn't matter because she picked everything up that they put at us. One of them was Nicole Oldie. Ever heard of Nicole Oldie? Yeah. I bet Nicole Oldie's heard of Jessica Milan-Gassman too, so that's good with me. When I first came to Minneapolis, I was a bad coach. I was inexperienced. I'd never been a head coach before, and Mr. Grosshands called me up and gave me the opportunity to come back and teach and coach in Minneapolis, and it was a dream. My daughter Kylie was just ready to enter school, and we were very excited to have her back in this school system. But I was pretty bad, and it took me a while to figure some things out and learn, and the girls to grow and to figure things out. But I remember in my first year here, I was watching a couple of junior high matches, and just to see what Minneapolis had in the future. And I saw some really good things, and one of those good things was little Christy Shoup O'Neill over here. And I thought, things are going to go in the right direction at MHS, and it was true. Christy's junior year, we took home the 3rd place trophy from state, and it's one of my greatest memories too. I remember the final point at sub-state. Actually, that's my most vivid memory of her era, is that final point. Just the surreal, amazing moment of knowing you're going to go to the state tournament, and I wish every athlete and every coach could experience that. A few years down the road, some of my greatest memories are getting to coach my own daughter, Kylie. 4 years she was with me, and 2 of those years we went to the state tournament. We took home a 3rd place trophy with Kylie's group as well, and getting to share that passion of volleyball with my daughter has been amazing. God really blessed me to get to come back to this town I love and stay here this many years to coach the sport I love, and I really like to end it with thanking my family, because coaching is a pretty tough gig sometimes. I see a lot of people out there that I know have coached, and it's a passion of mine and it's a part of me. I can't imagine not having it. But there's some tough times too, and my family has always supported me and lifted me up when I needed it. And coaching's also a huge, it really requires a lot of time. And I know my husband has probably felt like a single parent through some of the years when our kids were growing up, because volleyball season, I was gone. And I just thank him so much for supporting me and for allowing me to be a part of this sport I love. So thank you.
500 wins, that's a lot. Our next inductee is another lady who is well-deserving. Christy Shoup O'Neill.
Our 5th inductee into the Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2017, is Christy Shoup O'Neill for basketball and volleyball. She graduated with the MHS class of 1997. Christy is the only 4-year starter in both sports that we are aware of, and she was also named All-League 3 times in both sports. Christy was a headliner athlete on an outstanding group of girls athletes at MHS in the mid-1990s. In basketball, Christy scored 1,447 points, first all-time career for girls at MHS, and snatched 596 rebounds, 3rd all-time career for girls, with game highs of 36 points and 20 rebounds respectively. She recorded double-doubles in 11 games and scored 20 or more points in 27 games. In her last 3 years, her teams went 57-10 overall and won 3 league championships, posted 25 league wins versus 1 loss. Christy was named a KBCA All-Star after her senior year. In volleyball, Christy recorded 890 kills, 540 digs, and 390 blocks. Her junior year, the Lions took 3rd place in the Class 3A state tournament, with Christy being named to the all-tournament first team. After all of that, she also holds the MHS record for girls in the triple jump at 36 feet 6 inches, set in 1995. Christy went on to graduate from Kansas State and now teaches elementary education in the Blue Valley School District, where she has been since 2001. In her off time away from teaching, she not only is a mother of two, but is a Girl Scout troop leader and coaches youth teams in basketball and volleyball. Following are video clips from Christy's senior year in both basketball and volleyball. Watch for number 53 in basketball and number 36 in volleyball.
Minneapolis, number 53, Christy Chu, 5'10", senior. And for Southeast Missouri, number 30, Andrew Ripples, 5'7", senior.
Nice
Ladies and gentlemen, Christy O'Neill.
All right, thank you for this honor. Really appreciate it. I was shocked too, but that's very sweet, and thank you for your hard work on that. I know my mom, because I was at her house this morning and there are VHS tapes all over our floor still. So I said, well, that is the result of parents taping every single game you've ever played. And I think the last time I probably watched it was when you probably made us watch it coach call it in a practice. But I do want to say thank you. I was very blessed to have an awesome coach, and she was not terrible her first year. And the reason I know that is because I loved volleyball, and she helped me with that. But she is so good at just creating a team atmosphere, and she's done that with all teams. And you become a little family. And so that's why I know you were amazing, Coach, your first year. And same with Coach Darrow that I had with basketball. My parents can't be here, and my family can't be here today because they're cheering on my nieces at the state track meet. But I do want to thank them. My brother is the reason why I love basketball, and my husband, last night, we were driving home from a reunion, and there were boys playing basketball up at the courts, and I was like, oh my gosh, pull over, I want to go play, because my brother made me play with all the high school boys and the senior boys, and he said, if you want to be good at something, you better challenge yourself, so come up to the courts with me. And then he also was the one that always told me, when practice is over, you really should stay after, and you need to practice more. So he was a big part of the reason why I love both basketball and volleyball. And just thank you. This is a great honor.
I'm very pleased that Julie and Christy were inducted this year. I can't tell you this for a fact because I haven't talked to her, but I might suggest that Linda Smith was beginning to feel a little bit like an orphan up there with 15 guys and just her. But now she's got some well-deserving friends up there with her. Our next inductee, a young man who tore it up on the football field and on the track, and now has come back home. Mr. Ryan Mortimer.
Hall of Fame, class of 2017, is Ryan Mortimer for football and track, graduating in the MHS class of 2005. Ryan leads the MHS career gridiron statistics charts for both rushing and all-purpose yardage in both season and career categories. His rushing records are 1,677 yards in the season and 2,960 yards in his career, while scoring 36 TDs. His all-purpose marks for a season are 2,419 yards, and for a career with 4,546 yards, while scoring 42 TDs. His efforts included 2 5-touchdown games and 4 200-plus yard games with a high mark of 285 yards. On the track, in 4 trips to the state meet, he grabbed 10 medals, 4 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and the 4x100 and 4x400 meter relays. Ryan was state champ in the 200 meter and runner-up in the 100 meter in 2004. He also shares the school records in both the 4x100 and 4x400 meter relays. Not to be overlooked, in basketball, Ryan was an active member of teams that won 3 successive league championships and twice finished second in successive Class 3A state tournaments. He was a tenacious defender from the guard spot, putting him 4th all-time in career steals. He also was 5th all-time in career assists, helping some great shooters light up the scoreboard. Ryan has taught in elementary education in both the Concordia and Minneapolis grade schools. And in 2016, became the activities director and assistant principal at Minneapolis High School. Following are video clips of Ryan in football, wearing number 24, in basketball, wearing number 4, and at the 2005 Class 3A state track meet. Okay, here comes the night kickoff from their 40-yard line. Gonna go deep to Mortimer at 5, and he fakes the Doring. He's up to the 20, to the 30. He's got some blocks. He cuts back. He's at the 50. He's gonna take it to the house. The Lions will open with a TD on the opening kickoff. 95 yards by Ryan Mortimer with the escort from his blocker.
Well, guys, I'm almost speechless.
11:46 to go in the contest.
I sat here and watched that play the best.
Or they continue with the ball.
All right. Pitch to Mortimer on the right side. Cuts out.
Oh, baby! He's gone!
He's going to the house.
Wait!
Oh, they took it from behind.
1 yard line.
I'll tell you what, folks, Cameron Knox made a big,
One of the fastest kids in the NCAA. He takes you down from behind.
Knox put that big block, made a big block to enable that run by Mortimer.
Again. And off to Mortimer to the right side. He's in for the touchdown.
Mortimer carries the final yard for the touchdown.
It is now 6-0 with 6:04 to go in the first quarter.
Ryan Mortimer, number 4, a junior. Strum has the ball from 3. Off, no good. Hillsborough with the rebound. Stolen by Mortimer. Ryan pulls it back up, gives it to Ryan Weedle. Ryan brings it back out, gives it off. Inside to Luke Weedle. Turn around. In there, yes, sir. Luke Weedle opened up the scoring.
We should be able to dominate inside all night.
Minneapolis is a man-to-man press. Hillsborough has the ball. Oh, pass stolen again by Josh Lott and Mortimer. Oh, ball stolen away by Hillsborough.
Take better care of the ball, guys. You steal it, you need to take on to it.
Deckard has the ball. Excuse me, Weidenbrenner. Easy. Stolen by Mortimer. Ball was kicked.
They were out of the blocks quick. Ryan was out quick, and he's made up stagger on Levi Anderson. Mortimer looking good in the middle of the track. Doring coming hard. Here comes Doring now. Mortimer running third.
Second and third.
Looks like possibly second and third.
Carnes first.
Mortimer third, Doring fourth.
Coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Mortimer.
This is a huge honor, a tremendous honor, and I'd like to thank everybody for that. The biggest things probably out of all of what you saw comes from those two people over there, my parents. I don't think there was a game that they didn't miss or a game that they weren't taping. And it was quite interesting because before every football game, I was always interested to know what my mother would come up with because my car would be decorated in the morning. Like we played the Washington Cardinals, there was cardinal feathers all over my car. So it was always good to know that they cared and supported me in what I did. On the father's side of it, at the football games and basketball games, you always knew what my father was thinking because no matter where you were, you could hear him. So it wasn't bad stuff, it was always positive towards me, and it helped out a lot. But on the other things, I was very fortunate to be a part of some very, very talented teams. There was a lot of talented people around me, especially with those records in football. There was 10 other guys out there with me on the football field. So this is just as much theirs as it is mine. So thank you.
Minneapolis has a storied history in particularly track and field, if not basketball and football. And from the period of 2000 through 2007, an 8-year period, they finished as state champions 4 times, runner-up 3 times. That's 7 out of the 8. I gotta think that there was some good coaching going on, but also some exceptional athletes that combined to sweep back-to-back championships in 05, 06, and 07. And we'd like to induct those teams as a group. And I was going to say something else, but it's up to my mind now. But the 2005, 6, and 7 track and field teams, state champions, 3 straight years.
Our 7th and final inductee into the Minneapolis Sports Hall of Fame class of 2017 are the MHS track and field teams of 2005, 2006, and 2007. This mini dynasty of track and field teams scored back-to-back-to-back state championships. They won 20 events, a total of 36 medals and with relays, had 10 individuals crowned state champions, and set 5 school records. The ringleader was Kenton Lomberger, who won 12 medals, 7 gold and 5 silver in the 100, 200, 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, and 4x100 and 4x400 relays. Supporting Kenton were Ryan Mortimer, Kyle Lomberger, Jeff Doring, Jamel Townsend, and Cameron Knox, all with multiple medals. The head coach in 2005 and 6 was Kevin Williams. The head coach in 2007 was Jerry Mick. The 2005 squad of 7 members scored 73 total points in 11 events in the Class 3A for a come-from-behind victory, defeating Wichita Independent by 1 point with a gold in the last event of the meet, the 4x400 meter relay. The 2006 squad with 8 members scored 55 total points in 8 events in the Class 2A meet, surpassing Hill City by 10 points. The 2007 squad with 6 members scored 65 total points in 8 events in the Class 2A meet, also in a come-from-behind victory, defeating Ellis by 1 point with a gold in the last event of the meet, the 4x400 meter relay. Gold, silver, and bronze medals alone don't win state championships in track and field. The 1-point margin of the 2017 win was secured by a 7th place triple jump finish by Jamel Townsend, while all other points were either by gold or silver medals. In 2006, a crucial 9 points were scored with the 4th place finish by Kyle Lomberger in the quarter meter, and 4th and 7th place finishes by the relay team, providing the necessary margin for the win. The 2005 winning point margin of 1 point wouldn't have happened without a total of 9 points from a 4th place by Jeff Doring, a 5th place by Drew Frost, and a 6th place finish by Kyle Lomberger. The elite status in track and field championships for these 3 years was not new territory for MHS, as its boys teams also won 3A state in 2002 and finished runner-up in Class 3A in 2000, 2001, and 2004. Following are some video clips from each of these 3 championship teams. ladies and gentlemen, it is crunch time. This is win it, win the race and win the championship. Kyle Lomberger, the leadoff runner. Freshman.
Kyle will lead off and hand off after his opening 400 leg to Brother Kenton. Kenton will give it to Mortimer, and I believe Doring will run the anchor. Let's get started. Kenton's running smoothly. That's just what we want right there. Kyle to just bust it right out there and make up the stagger already. Kyle running nice and smooth down the back stretch. Now hammering on it. Come on, Kyle. Minneapolis currently, I think we're probably in second. Looks like there might be one team out in front of us because of the stagger. It's hard to tell. And Kenton will get the baton. Good handoff. Kenton Lomberger with it. And a nice job, Kenton, right out there. Minneapolis with a slight, ever so slightly
Run a good race.
southeast, right on our tail. I should say southeast, Belleville, and Ellsworth. We got four.
Is Ellsworth in third now?
Come on, Ken, let's go. Kenton has the lead, but southeast is right. It's going to pass him.
Or are they? I'm not sure.
But Kenton just closed the door on southeast and will hand off to Mortimer. Mortimer with a slight lead, which is unusual. He needs to get going. Come on, Mort.
Taste the gold, Ryan. Taste the gold.
Come on, Mort. You need a lead. Now hammering on it. Come on, Ryan. Minneapolis with a 7-meter lead here. Ryan Mortimer come down the home stretch. Just the person I would want to be in that position. Southeast trying, but Mortimer maintains about a 7 or 8 meter lead. Now Doring. Good handoff, good deal. Jeff Doring, one of the best, if not the best 400 man in the state. Stretching it out down the back stretch. Here comes Southeast. Here comes Ellsworth. Here comes Belleville.
I don't see him in the viewfinder.
The way Doring runs the...
I've got to back off. I don't see him in the viewfinder.
Jeff Doring hammering on it now up the home stretch. We are 50 meters from a state title. Doring. They won't catch him, Dale.
You're talking about Class 3A state champions.
Jeff Doring stretches it out to another
73 to 72.
$325.35. Clean start. Kenton's out fast. I think he's got something left. Come on, Kenton. He ain't gonna give it up now, Dale. Kenton Lomberger. Yes. It's nice to get both in the finals here, and that's a good start. Kenton, Lonberger, Kyle is not going to give up second either. There's 18 points right there. Kenton, Kyle, 1-2.
Come on, come on.
Wow, that's some good stuff. Representing the 05-06-07 champions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is I know for everyone involved, this is an amazing honor. And I don't know, I was thinking a lot about this when I got the call to come talk, and there's a lot of cool stories, and when I see you, I think of like 30 of them. And I know before that 4x4, Coach Williams set me and him down, and basically our only job was don't drop the baton. Just get it to Mort and let them handle the rest. And I think that was what was so cool about my experience through all these championships is I was kind of standing on the shoulders of giants. Like these guys, like, I mean, you right there, Drew, I mean, you guys made it look so easy being great. And when we got there, it was just, this is what we were supposed to do. And so we just got to enjoy it, and there wasn't as much anxiety probably as you guys who paved the way. So I just want to thank you guys for like giving me the opportunity to show up and just like, you guys made it easy. You made it a lot easier than it should have been. Thank you. And thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. Our third induction ceremony will now have 22 inductees up on the hall on the wall, so to speak, and hopefully some more next year. That concludes everything I have. Dale, you got anything else? Okay, thanks a lot for coming. And
I'd like to get a picture of all the inductees if they line up here together in order that they were honored. Get a group picture. Is that possible?
as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be good if they were in the order they were honored, so you could kind of get them together.
That's the one that's going to the next.
Yeah, the first one.
You got the first one, okay.